Hello guys, welcome to the Backbenchers podcast. With me, I have King Fresh. King Fresh, one of the content creators on TikTok and on Instagram. Good to have you on the show.
Good to have you also. Thank you so much for having me, bro.
It's always good to have you. It feels good having you because I like sharing ideas with you. I like sharing motives with you. So I really appreciate the fact that you had to pull up this time.
Thank
when
you
the
so
call
much.
came through.
I really appreciate for having
I
me.
appreciate.
As well.
I
All right.
appreciate. Today, let's talk about content creating. How have you come to where you are right now? What's the genesis of King Fresh? Because you had King Fresh TV, you had Dream Chasers, now the world listens. What's the genesis of all?
And I would like to say I love the fact that you've been monitoring whatever I've been doing on social media,
Yes.
and then you bringing me here to have this interview really means a lot to me. All right, so the King Fresh, the Dream Chasers, the world listens
Yes.
is something that is huge. So we started from the Dream Chasers.
Dream Chasers.
Exactly.
So how was the Dream Chasers?
All right, so the Dream Chasers was about me interviewing people about their dream job
Okay.
and their current job.
Yeah.
So what I realized was most people spend a lot of money going to the university, going to school and other things, and then they graduate not to become what they wanted to do.
Yes.
So I thought like, hey, what is happening to people these days? I try to interview people to inspire people to chase their dream job.
Yeah.
And then we came to the King Fresh TV. All right, so the King Fresh TV was basically about education and entertainment,
Yeah.
where we had a lot of stuff we do on the King Fresh TV, like what people love about Dubai, so many things going on.
What they love about Dubai, the culture here, because
Exactly.
it's a new culture here, new everything. So
Exactly.
yeah, I understand that.
So the King Fresh was a combination of a lot of interviews, and it was helping as well. We
yeah.
had a lot of engagement,
Yeah.
and then finally we came to the world lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The new baby on the block.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The new baby that is about to take over, interviewing people in 30 seconds. So the world lessons is giving people the platform to educate people out there.
Yeah.
Something that is going to inspire people when they watch your video.
Of course.
So for instance,
Yeah.
maybe I met you and then you talk about podcast show. So
Okay.
what is the essence of you doing this podcast? It's to educate people out there.
Yeah.
It's to bring prominent people on your podcast.
To bring smiles
Exactly.
on the viewers. Yeah.
Exactly. So the world listens is basically everything that inspire people out there, educate people, and put smiles on people's face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I really love that. I really love that. So
Mm,
from Dream Chasers, King Fresh TV, then the world listens. I know it's not a smooth.
yeah.
It's not a smooth movement.
Yeah.
So how have you managed to cope up? How has the movement been like?
All right. This is a good question, my brother. So nothing good really comes easy these days.
Of course.
So starting
Not
from
even these days, but nothing comes good. Nothing comes easy.
exactly,
You have to work hard.
exactly, especially when you want something very valuable and something
Yes,
good,
sir.
you need to strive hard for it.
Yeah.
So I would say the journey has not been easy, from rejections to approvals, from this, that.
Yeah.
You have to face security risks. You have to face security fights.
Media permits.
Exactly. So there's a lot. Exactly. I know you know all these things.
Of course, it's a lot is going on.
I know before you had approvals to do this
Yeah,
podcast, you went through a lot.
a lot.
Exactly. So that's the things we face as well.
Yeah.
But then, come on, if you know you are planning something very big, you don't need these little things to overcome you.
Yeah.
You just need to do the necessity, and then
When you go back home, just don't sleep and feel bad and cry on the pillow. No. Go again. Be stubborn.
Exactly.
Be stubborn, but not being violently stubborn.
I love that.
Yeah.
brother. Yeah.
Be stubborn and keep pushing.
Mm.
Don't
That's
feel
true.
because like they bounced you out of the place, like you won't shoot.
Exactly. So
Come again and shoot.
So we decided to. Myself, I just had a call from God. It was like, hey, gentlemen, gentlemen,
Okay.
I want you to start something very great. The world listens,
Yeah.
and then so we started from low, and then we started getting better
Yeah.
each and every day. So the world listens has come to stay,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to be one of the biggest platforms. And I hope in the future we have a collaboration with the backbenchers very
Of course,
soon.
of course. We have to be back here at the bench
Exactly.
to show the viewers how big
Mm.
from 0 to 1,000
Exactly.
so it has come up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from the genesis, you have
Mm.
explained to us where you got it from to where it is right now.
Yeah.
So how have you managed to cope up with the pressure, with creating new content, new ideas, and everything? Because at the moment we have a lot of content creators worldwide. everyone is trying to create something new,
Yeah.
something unique, something that is going to go viral.
Mm.
But one thing I've liked about the content you do, you have tried to keep it like this is what I'm focusing on.
Yeah.
You have focused without changing anything. Oh, okay, you want to chase clout. You have done nothing according to that.
Okay,
So,
so-
how have you managed to keep up with new ideas, new motives, things like that?
All right. So the truth is, I never stop learning.
Yeah,
And
learning
then-
never stops.
Exactly. So every day, each and every day, I try my best to learn something new.
Yeah,
And then the world listens is something that is not common. Even though most of people, like you said, they do street interviews. A lot of people create content,
yeah,
and the world listens seems to be very genuine and very different from what other people do. Why I say
Yeah.
this? Because I realize we don't discriminate on our platform,
yeah,
either from where you come from or your age or your size or anything.
yeah.
I would say it's not only me. First of all, I would say God has been there for us since we started this,
Of course.
and we have people behind the cameras that most people don't see.
Thank you for believing, and shout out to those people. Much respect to them. Everyone
Yeah.
we work with behind the cameras, behind everywhere.
Mm,
Much love, much respect.
exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people behind the camera who also keep us pushing us hard from behind, and we have people also who support us online who don't even know us.
Yeah,
So I think growing up as a content creator, it's not only an individual; it's a whole lot of team. And
I love that.
Mm.
I love the confidence.
Yeah.
I love the confidence.
thank you.
Yeah. So, like, where do you see the world listens? Let me say tomorrow,
Mm,
or in a week after,
yeah.
or in 1 year after. Where do you see the world listens?
Okay. So good question. All right. So the world listens in the next few years is going to be a platform that will be globally known to everybody,
Yeah,
just like how we know BBC News.
of course.
That is how the world listens is going to be. So watch out for us. Very soon we are going to take over.
Something is going to go big.
Exactly.
Okay, so you have worked with a few creatives,
Yeah.
and some of them are big, some of them are starting.
Yeah.
How have you come to collaborate with these people? Because I've seen you link up with Noel Go Crazy,
Yeah.
Obaz,
Yeah.
Obaz Entertainment.
Yeah.
I've seen you work with Atmosphere,
Yeah.
one of the good rising stars
Mm.
in Dubai. I've seen you work with stylists.
Yeah.
That's quick. Maclax,
Yeah.
one of the best brands here.
Yeah.
So, how has the journey been? Meeting these people, creating, and lastly, I saw you link up with Lauren James.
Mm.
How are these connections boosted you, like personally? Plus the things you do, how have they like pushed your brand
All right. So
and to
this,
keep going?
yeah, this is good questions. No matter what you are doing,
Yeah,
don't think people are not watching, either good or bad. People are watching you.
of course.
And being on social media, don't think there are people not behind watching.
Yeah,
Of course, people are watching, especially when you go viral. You don't
Yeah.
know who watched your video.
yeah,
So I would say for the link ups, I would say it depends on our personality and how best we are working. So for the link up with Noah's Goes Crazy, Atmosphere, as you said,
yeah,
the Macross brand, Oba Entertainment, a lot of people, the top people.
yeah.
I would say
And not forgetting Pato Ranking.
Pato Ranking,
as well,
yeah.
because
Big ups to Pato Ranking.
yeah, big up, because I
Exactly.
saw him endorse Maclax,
Yeah.
and then endorse King Fresh. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Man, it's a
So
movement, it's a
I met
movement.
Pato Ranking in Dubai.
Yeah,
In one event. It was like, hey, it's like I know you guys. I was like, yeah. It's like, hey, let's do something together.
yeah.
So we tried to do something real quick together.
I love the energy.
Mm.
Yeah,
Respect to Pato Ranking as well.
much respect.
So I think depends on the kind of content you're creating,
Yeah.
depends on the kind of audience and the kind of people that get close to you.
Yeah,
If you want to create shit, for instance, if you want to create shit, of course you are going to be the shit people, and
course.
shit is not going to take you anywhere. But
Never.
if you want to create impact and something very prominent to people out there,
you have to make an
of
impact.
course, you are going to be the right people.
Yeah,
So create impact and don't follow trend. Don't follow crowd.
no, just keep doing what
Exactly.
you're supposed to do.
Mm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I like that. So, how have these people like impacted your career
Yeah.
in terms of numbers,
Yeah.
in terms of views,
Mm.
etc.
Yeah. So, for instance, like having somebody like Pato Ranking,
Yeah,
you interview somebody like Pato Ranking,
yeah,
you interview somebody like Noah Goes Crazy.
yeah,
This is something that I think is not that I think this is something that brings impact. For instance, it brings new audience to your page, it brings you followers, it brings you maximum respect,
yeah,
and it creates connecting for you. So other top content creators will see this and be like, hey, let me do something with this guy as well. Because if this guy has been able to do something with No One Goes Crazy,
Yeah.
then I have to collaborate with him. So I think it has brought a great impact
I love that.
to
I love
the
that.
world listens, and we love that as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the last time, recently, I think a few months back, I saw you. You were one of the people at the Content Creators Festival.
Yeah.
There was an exhibition.
Mm.
Different social media sites
Yeah.
were camping. The Snapchat, Instagram,
Yeah.
TikTok,
Mm.
Yago Play,
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
All of the main like internet sites and applications
Yeah.
come there to educate more content creators, to spread the vision
Yeah.
content creating in 10 years from now, 20 years from now.
Yeah.
Like, what did you learn from that exhibition, and share some knowledge
Mm.
with the people watching right now?
Good question. Well, this is a very deep question. So what I learned from that, I would say was a very major investment by the UAE government.
Yeah,
You know, so it was an event that was supposed to collaborate content creators,
Yeah.
meet new people,
yeah,
meet people that can invest in your content, meet
Yeah.
people that you can collaborate with.
yeah,
So I would say big respect to the UAE government for this kind of event. What I learned from this event was people really wanted to meet people that create impact and not just
Yeah.
anything.
yeah,
So most of the content creators watching me try to create impact and not just anything on social media.
yeah,
So I learned a lot from the top creators as well. People that told us you don't need expensive camera to start something.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who say, hey, I need to buy expensive camera to start my content. It's not
Yeah.
about the camera. It's about the kind of message you share. So I think you need to start doing something and not just relax thinking I need to have money before I can do something. No.
Start small.
Start small
Yeah,
and it will end very big.
yeah.
Yeah.
Before we wrap
Yeah.
it up, I want you to first inspire someone watching right now,
Mm.
a starting content creator,
Mm.
because someone thinks like to create, like you said,
Mm.
you have to have a good camera. No,
Yeah.
inspire that person,
Mm.
make him or her feel like he will make it
Yeah.
in any way,
Mm.
because it's really not hard.
Yeah.
It's really not like it's not hard as long as you keep doing what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. So
Things will become easier on the run.
Mm.
So inspire that person.
all right. So thank you so much for this privilege.
Yeah,
Guys, first of all, if you want to be inspired, I think the biggest motivation comes from you yourself
yeah.
and your mindset.
Everything starts with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you want to create content. You want people to watch your videos. You don't need to think less for yourself. Just put a video out there. So far as you know what you're doing is right, just
Yeah.
drop the video online. Let people watch your video. Encourage people. Inspire people. And make sure your video brings impact to people out there.
And as well, don't feel bad by the numbers you're going
Exactly.
to get.
Yeah, of
on
course,
the start,
we-
because it's not always easy.
Exactly. So the numbers shouldn't matter. If your video could impact about 5 people, imagine your video change the lives of 5 people out there.
Yeah.
That's a great impact.
And
Rather
those
than
5 people
having-
will again come back,
Exactly.
and they are the same 5 people that will share your content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you have million views and then your video doesn't impact anybody, that's nothing. So keep pushing,
yeah,
keep creating, be the best version of yourself, and never stop creating content. Content is the power,
yeah.
and social
content
media is the
journey.
new oil.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I wanted to ask you something
Yeah.
before we wrap up, Papa, as well. Do you celebrate small wins?
Of course, I cherish any small things.
Okay.
Anything little,
Okay.
I celebrate it.
Okay.
Anything little, I appreciate it, and I always give thanks to God for how far He has brought me.
And what have you learned from the obstacles? Have they broke you,
Mm.
or have they kept you going?
All right, so it keeps me going, and I never stop learning. And obstacles never stop me.
Yeah.
Obstacles is part of the journey, and that's what keeps you going, and that's what keeps you going forward. Yeah.
Okay. What should we expect more from the world listens? What should we await for as we are rubbing up our hands?
Mm.
We want to have something from the world listens soon or later. So what should we expect for any bigger names coming through, any bigger contents coming through?
Yeah.
What should we expect?
Okay, guys. So I wish I could disclose everything here on the Backbenchers podcast,
Yeah,
since he's my brother. But let's say, hey, if you want to see what is up next,
yeah,
make sure you follow us on the World Listens, and of course, the Backbenchers podcast,
Yeah, yeah.
because he's going to update everything, I know. So make sure you
course.
follow us and then see the excitement moments we are going to share with you guys.
Yeah.
So hey, I'm not going to disclose anything. Just follow us and watch for yourself.
Watch the space.
Exactly.
Keep it logged on.
Mm.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Share.
Mm.
Comment.
Mm.
Like. And as well, share your ideas with us.
Yeah.
Share your comments with us. And any person you would like to have on the bench next time.
Yeah.
From us to you, we call it the Backbenchers Podcast, where we have it raw and raw mic and raw information from the creators themselves. They share with you their personal life, their personal journey, their dreams, their ambitions, and everything. So, till next time, see you then.
All right. Thank you
Adios.
for having me.
Every time, bro.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
coming,
much, bro.